Thank you for your time and attention to this matter. I do hope you take this information seriously. History will not look kindly on those in a position of power who ignored the pleadings of the people to do their due diligence. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hahn. Do we have any questions of the presenter? Seeing none, thank you very much, Ms. Hahn.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Councillor Sendzik. I didn't see his name there right away. Councillor Sendzik, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair, and through the Chair to the presenter. Thank you for presenting today. So you've given us some of your research and just looking for some accuracy. So are we, because again, do you think this is all a big hoax? That this is, I just want to be clear to the public. Do you think that everything that's been done today, the impact on the hospitals, the impact on members of our community in terms of the virus itself and those working in the healthcare system who see it, do you think it's a big hoax?
Well, I don't like you putting words into my mouth, first of all. I never said it was a hoax. I'm simply presenting to you what science has said. So that's up to you. It's up to you and the committee to make decisions based on the evidence that I'm producing today. So I have been submitting these things to you, submitting this research to you, and nobody has done nothing. Nobody has responded to me. So don't put words into my mouth. I didn't say this is a hoax. I'm saying there's a massive issue with PCR testing.
I just wanted to be clear because we've had good discussions previously where you've indicated that you're challenged by a lot of the actual research that is being presented to the federal government, to the provincial government, to the regional government. And I just want to make sure that you actually don't think, because there's there's a few people out there who think this is all just make believe and it's a big hoax. I just want to make sure that
people are dying with COVID-19. So I certainly don't think it's a hoax. I just think there's an issue with the PCR testing that needs to be addressed.
And again, through the Chair, that's because your belief is that it's the rate of positivity that's driving our decisions to close things down, or?
Well, that's according to science.
No. Again, through the Chair, what I'm trying to get we've had these discussions before. The matrix for how the government is trying to protect the most people possible is looking at also the surge impact on healthcare, impact on hospitals, but your concern is right now just the kind of testing that is being undertaken, because your belief that it drives a lot of the decision making.
Well, I'm presenting science to you. It's not a matter of what I believe. I trust the science. And so the science is saying there's a massive issue with PCR testing. And as I mentioned, I have proof that we are testing at 45 cycles.
Okay, through the Chair, I'm not debating that part of it. It's just, so your belief is that the testing is based on the science, is that we're making decisions just based on testing, not on other variables.
That's the criteria.
Well,
That 4%.
Sorry, what was your question?
Just in terms of you're basing the testing, your theory is that the testing is driving a lot of our decisions in terms of how the government is closing schools, or it's having an impact on healthcare. Like, I'm just trying that seems to be your focus of attention, as that's driving our decisions.
Sure. The issue, I mean, when we hear about the cases going up, that's when essentially they close down businesses and schools. Is that not the case? Like, oh, there's too many cases, we need to shut things down. Is that not the criteria you're using to enforce lockdowns?
And I appreciate the question, because that's where I think you're trying to go, is looking at what is the matrix that the public health looks at. And you're right, that is one of them, but I think we have to do a better job of communicating to the public that it's not just the percentage of positivity that is driving how the government is trying to manage this virus. There's a couple of other variables that play, and that's where I think we have to do a better job of explaining that. So I do appreciate you bringing this forward, though.
No problem. I hope you guys look into it.